What's up, Coug Nation? It's Chad Keba here to talk about the Cougs. We won this week, back to 500 here on the PL Playbook podcast. Let's go. Fellas, it feels good to win. Victory is always sweet. I just want to say something. We know one thing. The offense sucks. We got to fix something. Let's just get this out of the way. We were talking before this, so who's going to fall on the sword? I'm just going to do it. And I don't want to say it's individual players. Let's get that out of the way quick. I just want to talk about the play calling, the predictability of it. And I don't think we need to go too further deeper to understand what the issue is. I just want to get that out there for Cougs. It's going to get fixed. I feel really good about this staff and how they're going about their business. And I think half the problem maybe could be a little bit of personnel in certain situations not doing an assignment, but we saw offensive line come back healthy. Gavin, talk to me about it.
Dude, we had Ashton Tripp, we had Christian Hilburn, we had Brock Dew, we had some of our heavy hitters back in the cut, and Kirby Voorhees actually had a pretty good game. I forgot to pull up the numbers right in front of me, but he broke open for a couple, 10 plus yards, 15 plus yards, I believe, and a touchdown.
76 yards on the day, 4.8 average, and one touchdown. Good day.
And Kirby Voorhees looked pretty good. Angel Johnson, I think, was limited in his role and also limited in the opportunities. And just I think we go back to what Kyle and we all agreed upon. We'd like to see Angel Johnson in maybe a little bit different capacity, or maybe he runs the ball every now and then. He's your third guy behind Leo Palouse, but you're using him in routes. You're running routes with him. You're running end arounds. You're running a couple different. The guy is super athletic. You can use him. He'll be very good. But I go back to what Chad had said. It's not any individual player. I think we have all the key players that we need to end up beating a lot of these good teams. I really think we had the team to beat Ole Miss. We had the team to beat Virginia. We have the team to go into JMU next week and win that game. Do we have the play calling? I don't know. This is where we go into I'm not all for firing a guy midseason, especially in year one. That's not where I'm trying to head in this direction. But Danny Frey has got to make some moves. He's got to have a mark of improvement and be able to work with his guys, work with what's running well, and then understand where your weaknesses are and maybe stay away from them. But the predictability to know that we're going to run the ball on first down every single time and be 2nd and 11. I mean, we text it in our group almost every game, 2nd and 11. Oh, they're running on first down. It's gotten to the point where even we know that it's coming. So you don't think that the other team knows? We got to find something, change it up, something.
Do you guys think? I was thinking about this too, because I was like, okay, there's flashes in these moments. Do you guys think that initially maybe they put all their cards in on Jackson Potter and it was like, okay, here's maybe they had this whole set offensive scheme,
it's been so many games though, Joel. Coaches move faster than that.
Yeah,
that's not.
They should. But
yeah, it's weird.
And it's nice. We were finally healthy. I felt like Zevi had a lot of time. He had all day to throw. I thought he had a pretty decent game overall. It was okay.
I wish we did more over the middle. I mean, sometimes.
Joel, you're spot on. Them, and I don't know how to even pull those kind of stats. As far as how between throwing middle of the field or the outside perimeters, and what that looks like. But it's weird. It's kind of bizarro the amount of times I see when we throw, it's outside the hashes.
Yeah, every time.
It's all safe.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing it purposefully. a little bit. Like, like at the beginning of the game, Ryan Leaf was even talking about it. Like he said, "Hey, I talked to Danny Frey. Like we want to get Zevi like moving outside of the pocket, getting a little more active." And he was talking about how well he throws with how well he throws on the run. Usually, he's like, "Well, we can get the good or the bad Zevi today." He said that was brought up like 2 or 3 times. I'm like, "Sheesh." Yeah. That's cold-blooded, but I at the same time, like, I agree, like it's a little bit tough, but and like that's probably why like we're going to the outside a lot more. But in these early downs when we were becoming predictable, why let's start like throwing some ripples of like middle of the field.
Yeah, just switch it up a bit.
And just you have to get a certain defensive set, but like just you're looking at man a little bit, or like a point where an inside linebacker spying the running back, getting them going outside. Like those are the opportunities to like find the middle of the field.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we've been a little bit negative after a 28-3 victory. So I do want to at least shed some good light. Talking with, or just seeing on Twitter, Cougar Collective, our 1890 club is blowing up right now. We want to thank everybody out there. And also, if you haven't already, please.
Yeah.
Gavin, I appreciate you. You're right. I was getting too negative.
Brought us back.
But you're right. Coug Nation, like if you're excited about how this game went, we did exactly what we were supposed to do. And you want to see marginal improvement on the field week over week. We know you're going to get from this staff, but crazy leaps and bounds steps in performance on the field with the players that we can add in the portal coming up here on January 2nd. Put your money where your mouth is. If you like watching a game on Saturdays and you watch every single game and you have an emotion, either positive or negative after the game, and you like to feel a little bit more positive, it's $18.95 to help improve that. It's almost like buying a medication. So, hey, do yourself a favor. Sign up for that subscription. Go to the Cougar Collective.
Just take a week off your medication and join the 1890 club.
I was thinking in my head. I was like, okay.
We try to present
fun here.
We try to present this a little bit different every week. We're running out of things though. We're on episode, I think, numbered like 14 now. So
hey, just cut out a 30 rack and just join the 1890 club. Let's go.
Yeah, looks like we got a few comments from B Money Coug. I love it.
All right, let's throw them up there. Having healthy players back is awesome. Proud 1890, actually $50 member. Thank you. Hey, joining up on the $50. Let's go. Hey, B Money Coug.
Yeah, B Money.
Yeah, we love that. And granted, we don't like
nice hat.
This doesn't do anything for us. Like, let's go Cougs. We're trying to get these boys back. Also, did want to break some kind of bad news. And I was kind of leaning towards this at the beginning. I had my suspicions towards the beginning of the year when Devin Ellison wasn't playing a whole lot. And I'm like, how injured is that guy? Like, we see it every year. Guys make it past 4 games or guys make it to 4 games and then they just stop doing stuff. Now I'm not going to sit here and criticize Devin Ellison. I have no idea what's going on in his life. And I don't, it's not my business to know what's going on in his life. But I'm hoping that I'm hoping whatever's happening in his life, it gets better for him. If he goes to UW, I'm gonna be a little bit upset, but also, hey, you got to do what's best for you. And here we are. Devin Ellison no longer on the roster. Didn't show up to the game this weekend. That was Greg Woods who brought that to the light. And yeah, I had my suspicions that maybe something was going on behind the scenes. So best of luck to him wherever he ends up going, whatever he ends up doing. But we've just seen so much buy-in. We've seen rumors about Anthony Polano leaving, and then Anthony Polano going on Twitter and saying that's BS. I'm coming back. I'm a Coug. Jimmy Rogers has done just a fantastic job of getting these guys locked in. So if you're not locked in, you're out. You're locked out. So I just wanted to at least break that a little bit because that was wild.
You said UW for Ellison. Like, where do you see that? Like a rumor somewhere for that?
Oh no, I saw that all over Twitter. Like, oh, you better not go to UW. You better not. I'm like, if you're gonna say that,
bro, you can't make it a WSU. You're not going to UW. I'm sorry.
What sucks is we had Buddha Al-Ukta also with the UW. Like it,
but he was good for us. Like he actually played.
Yeah. Well, Devin
Ellison, I think Ellison was dynamic. It just he couldn't get on the field, and I think it got to the point where he got. I think you miss so much time, you get behind, and I think he was probably like, "No, I want to be starting now," and it's like, "Well, that's not happening. You have to prove it." And Jimmy talked about that kind of early in some of those interviews. Said, "Hey, you got to prove you can play a whole week healthy. Like you got to practice." And I think he's very old school in the fact that there's a little bit of loyalty there as well. Be like, hey. These guys are out here every day busting their butts, and if you can't do that, I'm going to find somebody else. And unfortunately, I don't know, maybe for Ellison, he's like, well, then I'm going to find another place to play. Sounds good. There's the door.
Yeah, it's all speculation.
I just think he's all no nonsense. That's Jimmy. And I think my frustration of the offense, mostly that's where I'm at, is you've got the pieces. I think the defense makes me the most anxious because, and it touches on the NIL and the Cougar collective of this is a core that has potential. If you can keep them into next year and you bring that team in and you get a couple more pieces, because obviously we have a lot of seniors, like you've got a potential top 25 defense starting the year. And then offensively, you've got Voorhees, that's a sophomore. You've got Leo's a sophomore. Meredith will be gone, unfortunately. Pabst is a freshman. You've got Freeman's a junior, and then your offensive line, you lose a couple people. You've had some pieces already committed to next year. You've got yourself a pretty good team in the group of 5. Like you've got a CFP chance, and I think you could come in as a dark horse immediately. Again, you bring in another quarterback. I don't think and Chad brought it up last week. I talked about it, I think a few weeks prior. Where's the QB? Is it on this roster? And Chad mentioned in our group text, no, they'll show up January 2nd. 100% agree. The offense we have here, we're not a pocket passing team. We don't get 5-star linemen. So for Potter, that's a knock on him. I think he's a good quarterback, but we are never going to be a team that is going to have these massive linemen that are just going to stop everyone from coming in and be a pocket passer. You're Wazoo. You're going to have to be a little creative. A dual threat is what you need.
And that's it's curtailed to everything else. Wazoo, we are not a 5-star recruiting team. We don't get that just doesn't happen for pretty much any sport for Wazoo. But what we do is we go to the table with a whole lot of heart with 3 stars, and we whoop up on teams that have nothing but 5 stars. The amount of the development and just the buy-in, the loyalty, everything else that comes along with what's being built behind the scenes, which it sounds cliche, it sounds stupid, but it's working.
Well, it's the perfect home for a player. Like if you have an aspiration, I want to get to a Power 4 big-time program, like that's a dream of mine, but I want to start at a program where I can be in a community and I can grow as a human. Like Pullman, you can't really find too many better places than that, I feel like. I'm also a little biased, but I also feel like everybody else that I've talked to within that similar experience would agree with that. And then people that have come from the outside see, like, I see why you come here for 4 years. So I think Pullman breathes a lot of light, in a lot of life into everybody that enjoys it. So, but anyways, fellas, any other last comments on offense before I move on?
I will say, I was mentioning it before as we were getting ready. I am excited to see the offensive line become better, just in what they were doing for blocking and what they're doing, for pass blocks. Sorry, especially for run blocks. Like seeing that progression was great. And going into next year, you already started to say it. I mean, it's probably good for some pieces to go away, but if whoever is coaching up the offensive line, if they can stay consistent in like how they push on a run play versus how they cover the pocket on pass plays, I think that could continue to grow, and you can see things happen because that's where it needs to come from in the beginning.
And that's Mike Iupati. I mean, that's a former pro. Like if you, and this was something we talked about in the off season, like when we were figuring out who the coach was going to be. I was a big person saying I'd love for the Cougs to bring in. Like, we didn't do that, and I'm fine. But like how do you make us attractive, right? Hey, we brought in a bunch of pro coaches, guys that have pro experience. They've played in the NFL. They have connections in the NFL. Hey, I can't pay you $1 million, but I can get you into the show. Like, I can get you there. And so having a guy like Mike Iupati going, hey, I played the league for a decade and I was good. I can help you get to the next level. Like, to me, that's a pitch. Sure, I can't make you, $1 million today, but I might be able to make you 50, 60 for the next 15 years. Like,
well, what we like about Mike Iupati too, not only is he familiar with the Palouse, playing at Idaho,
local.
he's played at a smaller school and built himself up, and was that guy that was just given a chance and took every little bit of that chance and became very, very good for very many years. I'm glad he ended up being a Seahawk at one point too. So because he was with the Niners there for quite some time. But Mike Iupati, absolute dynamite hire. I'm so happy, and yeah, the guys that they got rolling here. It's the loyalty has been built and set, and yeah, I'm very excited moving forward.
Yeah, that was a big reason why we hired him, was because I heard was Jack Thompson. That was a referral from him too. So shout out to somebody who's influenced the Cougar Collective and just really WSU athletics as a whole. Very instrumental in everything. Reason why we're here talking about
the throwing Samoan baby.
Throwing Samoan baby. But I just wanted to talk about, like, just give out my player of the game. I just think about, there's, like, obviously Voorhees is a huge one. It makes a lot of sense just because he was able to control the clock for us, average over 4 yards a carry, really helped our offense really just snail pace its way to 28 points. But Josh Meredith just really setting the tone for us. I wanted to give that out as just like a huge shout out. Just really overall 70 yards catching, it was 5 catches, 70 yards, 1 touchdown, but he had a nice big play during the game. But then also just kind of leading into just huge, just a heads up to the Coug fans out there too. I know the 4 of us are going to start breaking down some future Cougars. So we're going to be doing you'll see maybe 1 to 2 per week, but us breaking down 2 to 4 Cougar future players for us. Looking forward to that. But defense, Joel.
Oh, man, we're here.
This defense was dynamite tonight, per usual. Death taxes and holding them to under 30, which Saturday was far less than that. But give me your breakdown, my man.
Man, my poor kiddos. I think, Gavin, that little caption right there, I might have been jumping up and saying that. Of course, I was watching it this time on
now
my
that's
phone.
what I call defense.
That's what I call defense. I was like, what? I was like, oh, that's buddy. My bad. Yeah. Oh, we did it right. We did it right. And I love the fact that our press team decided to interview Humphrey. I don't know if he had a chance to be interviewed earlier this year yet, but
it was like game 1, I think. He had game 1. It was very early. It might have even been Idaho. Yeah.
Was it Idaho? Yeah, I think you're right. It was awesome because although we're talking about the pains on the offense of things that we want to see and like to improve on a defense, they asked a question to Humphrey about what he thought has improved, and he's flat out said, "It's like we got better tackling. We were not doing well with tackling." He's like, "But we have a swarm mentality." He's like, "We play together," and he said something that literally gave me chill bumps. He's like, we understand each other's why. He's like, and they dug into that. He's like, listen, he's like, we have seniors on the team, himself being a senior and others. He's like, we have 2 more guaranteed. It's like, we want to try and, push to see how many games we can play together. He's like, this is our last chance to showcase. He's like, we're going to do everything in our power to make that happen. So like, you can see, like, he was like, there was no hesitation. I was like, you can see the influence of Coach Rogers on that defense. So yeah. Oh, it was shining. The D line shined. I mean, you guys,
so good.
Want to throw about? No, it felt so good. 3 sacks. It was right. I was like, this is right, and I joked. That's right. I joked about needing an interception. We did it.
It's nice though. Like, I mean, obviously we started the year like pretty strong with it. We had a little bit of a rut, right? We had North Texas, then we had UW, giving up 48 plus points. I think both of them, and that 59. 59 both. Yeah, it was horrendous, but not always. I mean, like both those games wasn't all on the defense. Offense put them in tough situations, but like you take out those 2 games, I'd guarantee it the Cougs would be top 25 in multiple categories if you were to take out that UW North Texas game.
On defense, yep.
Yeah, on defense. We'd be top 25, no doubt. Like, we were playing – I wouldn't say we have, like, I circle a name on that roster that I'm like, this guy is a first-round talent. No. But would I circle a guy on the roster saying this guy's killing us on defense? No. They're all playing together, my man. That's the fun part, like watching it. Like, everybody's got a role and an assignment. Nobody's missing their role and assignment. And, like, the fact that you brought that up, like, not missing tackles, that was their Achilles heel, and they've solved that, clearly.
They sure did. And it's funny because, like, there's the known names that were shining. But then there's some I was zooming in. I'm going to mispronounce his last name. Sullivan. I'll just go with this first. True freshman. He has 38 tackles as of this game. 4 years in your true freshman year. Like, it's wild. There's a lot of folks that'll come back, and I don't think you could turn this mentality off. I think it's something that's it's ingrained in them. So it's going to be exciting to see how it continues to grow.
Well, fellas, any other final thoughts on defense? I mean, it's pretty easy to talk about. The safeties are, they're running three deep as far as starters go. They're all seniors. Corners, it was nice getting a pick from Humphreys this week.
I did want to also talk about Colby Humphrey. We've mentioned his name I don't know how many times this year, and finally got the interception.
Yep.
Had a great game, and I get it. It's La Tech. It's not Alabama. This is a kid that I really like his heart. I really like where he's at, and maybe he goes undrafted. I think this is the guy that pushes his way onto a roster, and he's playing on Sundays. And it may be 2 or 3 years down the road from now, but Colby Humphrey is different, and I think he's going to push himself onto somewhere, anywhere, and be able to get that opportunity. I think you're going to see him play on Sundays in the future. I truly do.
I couldn't agree with you more, Gavin. He could play man with probably some of the best receivers. He did it versus Ole Miss. He did it versus Virginia. I think if he was given an opportunity, there was a guy I used to play with eons ago, and it was one of those where, like, sometimes you think to yourself, oh, someone gets, they get into the NFL and they're going to make an instant impact. Players have different pedigree of, like, when they start to peak or start to become prime. And, Colby Humphreys, I don't think he's at his prime yet. I honestly think if he was given the opportunity, he could end up outshining folks that would probably be first, second, third round picks.
I agree.
And look at the DBs that have came out of Wazoo in the last 10, 15 years. I mean, you go back 20 years, you got with Trufant, Marcus Trufant. You get Dayon Buchanan, Jalen Thompson. You got Watson, Hicks, Chad Smith. I mean, I kind of look at, like, Northwest pitchers in the Northwest, right? Why do you draft them? Because if you can throw 93 in 30-degree weather and spot that, you can do that in any other, 90-degree weather out in the nation, right? Like, you find those guys. I think about the people when you play out here, when you're playing football in cold weather and you still have that quick twitch and you can still react to a ball, you still come up there and drive that running back to the floor. And you can do that in cold weather all the time. You can do that in Arizona. You can do that in Florida. You can do it, and to me, that's what makes players out in the Palouse attractive, especially when they can do those things that can translate to Sundays.
All right. Couldn't agree more, man.
I love it. I mean, my final thoughts on the Cougs, we're back to 500. It feels good. It's been one of those seasons where up and downs. It's very common for first year coaches. It's just how it goes. It's the nature of the beast. I feel like as Coug fans this week, it was a little tough. I feel like I got a little nervous seeing just the empty stadium. It reminded me a little bit of a U of I start the game, but it's tough. You have to look at it, put yourself in a student shoe. You got Thanksgiving next week. Probably a lot of kids already went home, but excited about it. We have 2 games left. You just need to win one more to punch a ticket. I fully expect us. We're going to do a breakdown here on Tuesday talking about JMU, but I fully expect us to win these next 2 weeks get us to 7 wins. A 7-5 season, I feel like, would be exceeding expectations. I had a 6-win season for me, but I think overall, just seeing like the adversity we've overcome with injuries, 72 new guys in the locker room. It's just fun to see. Like, it's a good story to see from like my perspective as a Coug fan. And it's a little bit different flavor than the Leach flavor that we saw, obviously. But I think it's something that I feel like is going to be very strong for years to come. But any other final thoughts before we close this out, fellas?
We got gypped on college game day. Let's go win about it.
There you go. I like it. Let's go win about it.
I thought that was fraudulent from the start. I got excited, obviously.
I got excited, yeah.
I felt like it was fraudulent. A 5-5. Now, if the Cougs had beaten one of Ole Miss, Virginia, and we didn't lose to Oregon State, I'd say probably not fraudulent.
Yes.
So it's one of those things as a fan. If you're frustrated, I get it. But donate to the 1890 Club, and I can guarantee that you won't have as many frustrations next year because we'll bring in more guys with that money.
Because if you don't, just so you know, if you don't, you're going to look like this.
The many faces.
You had to sneak it in.
I had to sneak it in.
No, I think this team is you can't say anything about the defense. Honestly, you could say that this defense might be better than the 18 defense. It's hard not to say that, and then you start going down.
Grinch's defense is that Grinch's defense?
Yeah, the speed D. I would say in terms of turnovers, no, not as good. But in terms of the bend don't break, I mean, you can't deny what they've been doing on the scoreboards. Sure, you had a couple bad games, but again, I think this has been unprecedented with the amount of injuries we've had, and I think you just see a different team. You look at the offensive line. You look at what Zevi was doing 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago versus what he did last week. He could or the other day. He could have had a cup of coffee behind that offensive line on Saturday. He hasn't had that in weeks, and and then that screenplay to Maxwell, like that was such a great play. And they ran that same screen against Ole Miss and it got dropped. It would have been a touchdown. Just to me, there's just the offense has just gotta Zevi, do what you got to do. Hell, can you change a play for us once in a while? Just call an audible and go do something else. I don't want to keep talking about it because it's just frustrating. Because I think we played JMU. I think we should be competitive against JMU, but it just comes down to, are we just going to tell them, hey, we're running the ball, or are we going to actually be creative and get them off guard? Kind of like what our defense is doing.
No.
Well, I can tell you what, we're all hungry as Coug fans to win on another national stage. I don't know if JMU is that huge contestant that we want, but I'm excited for it. I don't know about you guys, but anyways, knuckleheads, it's been a fun night. I'll talk to you guys later. Go Cougs.
Go
This is
Cougs.
Chad.
Cougs.